If you want your horse to be able to perform at their best, then this begins in the gut. The horse's gut can make or break their overall health. In this video, we're going to cover my top 3 tips on how to keep your horse healthy and happy and functioning optimally by supporting their gut. My name's Meredith Barrett. I'm a certified equine acupressure and craniosacral practitioner. I manage my own herd of 8 horses in addition to caring for a herd of working ranch horses here on the ranch. I help my clients take their horses from anxious, spooky, or thin into happy, healthy, willing working partners. By making these 3 changes, not only will you see improvements in your horse's overall health and their susceptibility to disease and illness, but you'll also see improvements in their overall emotional and mental well-being. So let's begin. So number 1 is minimize the use of pharmaceutical drugs. Now, this is going to be a controversial take, I know, but I'm including not only anti-inflammatories like butanediamine, which we already know have a negative impact on the kidneys and the liver and can potentially cause ulcers, but I'm also including things like steroids, antihistamines, vaccinations, and chemical dewormers. So all these things have a negative impact on the microbiome and therefore the immune system. So every time we give one, we're actually impairing the horse's ability to protect itself from these things we're trying to prevent. So in the case of a chemical dewormer, for example, try testing first and see if you even have a problem that needs to be dealt with. And if you do, try using an herbal wormer instead. These are very effective alternatives. In the case of vaccinations, try taking a titers test first. See if your horse has the antibodies already that you're trying to protect it from. This oftentimes, vaccinations will last a very long time and the horse will keep its antibodies from the previous vaccination and it does not need to be revaccinated the following year. You can also spread out their vaccinations instead of hitting them with a 7-way all at once. And vaccinations should really only be given to healthy, robust horses. Horses that are immune compromised or weak, this is only going to further inflame the situation. So I hope this is helpful and gives a little perspective on why these things might need to be reconsidered and really used minimally as much as possible. So number 2 is pre and probiotics. And this might seem super obvious, but it really can't be understated. This is one of the most powerful things you can do to support your horse's overall health. By supporting the gut and the immune system, you also in turn support the nervous system because a healthy functioning gut is producing B vitamins that have a calming effect on the horse and the nervous system, which then has a feedback to the gut to keep the gut running smoothly. So you can give acidophilus or bifidus, both of these. Get them from your health food store. I'd recommend a higher quality, higher grade human grade probiotics as opposed to some of the cheaper, more generic brands that you might be able to find at your feed store that have, sugar and soy added to them. So by supporting the horse's gut and the microbiome, you're supporting the immune system and the horse's ability to defend itself from disease, illness, and parasites, and is really critically important to supporting your horse's overall health and their mental health as well. So number 3 is eliminating toxic feeds from your horse's diet. Now, what do I mean by toxic feeds? Most bag feeds are full of corn, wheat, and soy and alfalfa. Not that there's a problem with alfalfa necessarily, but that these crops are typically sprayed with glyphosate and pesticides. These chemicals have a negative impact on the horse's microbiome and therefore their immune system. So this can be something lurking in the horse's diet that is kind of gone undetected and is not often talked about, but something to be aware of. So instead, switching your horse to more of a forage-based diet, and if you do feed alfalfa, trying to find a non-GMO or organic source of alfalfa that hasn't been sprayed is a much better alternative. If you're still watching and I haven't completely scared you away, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button because we're going to be talking about gut health and the nervous system and how to support our horses so they can perform at their best. Additionally, I'm going to leave a link in the description for my free community where you can join for horse enthusiasts, horse lovers, where we're coming together talking about things like gut health and how to support our horses through training, body work, and health and diet and nutrition. So if that sounds interesting to you, check that out and we'll see you next time.